Coach Kris here, and I'm going to read you my article, The Dip in Your Coaching Business. I recently shared the importance of a strong coaching business purpose. The problem is, I've known too many coaches with a strong purpose who never succeed in their coaching business. The strongest purpose imaginable is impotent without significant motivation. That's the common thread with all these purpose-driven coaches. Insufficient motivation. Why weren't they motivated enough? The answer, no negativity. There's nothing wrong with being positive, but these coaches live in a state of denial, like an ostrich with their head in the sand. These positive coaches stare at their vision boards all day and go nowhere. They get a dopamine hit just by looking at the vision board, so they can just ignore what needs to change. They feel the emotions of having their dream coaching business, but without doing the work necessary to actually create it. Sure, it feels good, but why would you bother making any hard changes if you already felt like you'd achieved the dream? Repeatedly indulging in your coaching business dreams doesn't make them a reality. You've got to face the truths that feel bad to do what's necessary to achieve extraordinary dreams. Otherwise, you're indulging in cowardly positivity. Deny the negative, and there's no hope for you. Why? Denial allows you to avoid feeling dissatisfied, which robs you of the motivation you need to break through and make progress in your coaching business. No facing reality equals no progress. Sure, you can make progress temporarily without facing reality, but eventually you'll hit the dip. What is the dip? You reach the dip after you've started and achieved some initial results. Suddenly, you find yourself achieving less and less results. You work harder and harder, but you feel like you're going nowhere, or even backwards. In reality, you're just in the dip. Seth Godin's book, The Dip, discusses crossing this chasm between starting and mastery. As Seth Godin explains in the book, the dip is the long stretch between beginner's luck and real accomplishment. The dip is the set of obstacles set up to keep less committed people out. The point? There's always a dip before you reach ultimate success. If you keep fighting for progress while you're in the dip, one day you'll reach a tipping point. At the tipping point, your business starts producing more results than the effort you're putting in. You'll seem like an overnight success to everyone else, but you'll know there was nothing overnight about it. The dip is why your clients need coaching. If your client could always get instant rewards for their effort, then they wouldn't need a coach. Your coaching exists to help your clients to continue making progress through their own dip until they achieve their goal. Bottom line, if you expect to help your clients pass their own negative dips in their lives, then walk your talk and do it yourself first. That way, you're a shining example of breakthroughs, rather than a thin-skinned, positive thinker hiding from your struggles. So how do you face sometimes very negative reality? Strengthen your resolve to break through those tough barriers and ultimately get past the dip in your coaching business? Use the Back to the Future strategy. Did you ever see Back to the Future? The movie depicts a young man using time travel to help him create a better future. You can do the same thing in your mind. Imagine how your present direction will work out for you in the future. See what your coaching business becomes if you don't change course. Imagining your most likely future gives you motivation to take new actions, to create a better future for your coaching business. Start by envisioning your drifting future. Imagine your future if you do nothing more to build your coaching business. I call this your drifting future because you'll drift into it eventually. It doesn't take any change, any challenge, any effort. For the most part, people drift in their life. They sleepwalk towards an already predetermined destination, usually one they didn't choose. There's no conscious creation needed for your drifting future. Like launching a rowboat, you push away from the dock and begin to drift. You float out further and further, but not due to any rowing on your part. It may seem that you're making progress because you're moving, but you're really just drifting on the momentum from that one original push. Movement doesn't automatically mean progress. You can't steer your rowboat until you put your oars in the water and row. The drift happens in your coaching business too. It's easy to mistake drifting for progress because your business is going somewhere. But you might be drifting on momentum from actions you took 10 years ago. If you continue to let your coaching business drift into the future, will you make the progress you want? What business will you have in 10, 20, or 30 years? What would it cost you if your coaching business failed? What would be the nightmare if you didn't consciously create your coaching business? How would it feel if you lived this future, drifting into oblivion? Answering these questions, you may feel negative, but that's a good negative. And we're not done with the process quite yet. In Back to the Future, our hero didn't settle for the drifting future he discovered. Instead, he redesigned the future to be better. You can do the same for your coaching business. What designed future can you imagine for your coaching business? What efforts, projects, relationships, actions would you need to build your coaching business the way you envision in that designed future? How would your coaching business be a dream come true if you committed to your designed future? Imagine it comes true. How would that feel? Now you know the contrast between your drifting future and your designed future. By this time, you'll likely feel enough motivation and inspiration to build your coaching business designed future. Yes, that designed future will take more effort than drifting into the future. That's the cost of living into a designed future. Feeling the negativity of drifting now rather than later. And the effort required to live through the dip and claim your coaching destiny. It's natural to resist that cost, but like a coin, cost has two sides to it. There's also a cost to drifting. The cost of failure, the cost of regret, the cost of lost dreams, the cost of a coaching business that never fulfilled its destiny. Many coaches don't spend enough time thinking about those costs. Too many coaches keep their heads in the sand because the pain of their drifting coaching business doesn't feel good. Because it doesn't feel good to put their oars in the water again and row hard to build their designed coaching business. But you're not an ostrich. That pain is part of your dip. Get your head out of the sand. Push through that pain. You've tolerated this painful situation long enough. Now is the time to break through it. And if you don't allow yourself to feel really dissatisfied, you may never change it. That's the discomfort necessary to stop the drift. Or you stay comfortable and continue the drift. But coaching businesses don't drift into success. They drift to failure. Tragic and totally unnecessary. How can you avoid experiencing this fate? Use the Back to the Future strategy to motivate real follow-through for your dream coaching business. Take the time to imagine your drifting future and your designed future. This is the key to staying motivated. Every time you feel the dip, remember the drifting future that you won't settle for. Every time you feel the dip, remember the designed future that you deserve. Then keep rowing. Right through that dip to the other side of the sea. I'll see you on the shore, ready to celebrate. Christopher, Design, Don't Drift, Thompson.